Hello, children. Chapter 5, Class 9, The Fundamental Unit of Life, Part 2. We'll study the cellular organelles, including cell wall, and the functions of different cellular organelles. Firstly, we'll see the cell wall. It is the outermost covering of the plant cell and it provides rigidity to the cell. The plant cell wall is mainly composed of cellulose, which is a complex substance and provides structural strength to the plants. It's the membrane or the layer just outside the plasma membrane. When a living plant loses water through osmosis that we studied in the earlier part, there is a shrinkage or contraction of the contents of the cell away from the cell wall. This phenomena is plasmolysis that we studied in our earlier presentation, how the plasmolysis take place. The second most important part of the cell, other than cell membrane and cell wall, is the nucleus, which is also the most important part. The nucleus has a double layered covering called nuclear membrane. And the nucleus contains chromosomes, which are visible as rod shaped structure only when the cell is about to divide. If the cell is not dividing, we can see the material as a chromatin material. The chromosomes, they are long threads of DNA and protein. The DNA is a molecule that contains all the information necessary for constructing and organizing cells. The functional segments of DNA are genes. So, on the basis of the presence of or absence of a nuclear membrane or the genetic material enclosure, we can divide the cells into prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. The prokaryotic cell, such as a bacterial cell, has a size generally small, 1 to 10 micrometer, and the eukaryotic cells, they are larger, 5 to 100 microns. Nuclear region in a prokaryotic cell is not well defined and it is known as nucleoid, but it is well defined and surrounded by a nuclear membrane in eukaryotes. There is a single chromosome in prokaryotes, but more than one in eukaryotes. We can see the membrane bound organelles. They are absent in prokaryotes, but the membrane bound organelles such as ER and other structures, they are present in the eukaryotic cell. So prokaryotic cells, they are actually can be stated as the primitive cells, and the new cells are the eukaryotic cells. We can understand this with the help of this picture. The sizes, you can see the sizes vary. Some can be seen through light microscope and others through electron microscope. So where we see the bacteria, they are 1 micrometer in the size, but you can see the size of the plant cell or animal cells is near to the 100 micrometer. So this is a bacterial cell. You can see the structure, the outer cell wall, the plasma membrane, the ribosome, and the genetic material not enclosed in a membrane, which is called nucleoid. Ribosomes, you will learn the function of ribosomes in the later part of this chapter. The other part is cytoplasm, which is a large region of cell enclosed by cell membrane. The cytoplasm is a fluid contained inside the plasma membrane. It also contains specialized cell organelle for specialized functions. Viruses, they don't have any membranes and hence they do not show the characteristic of life until they enter into the living body and use its cell machinery to multiply. They don't have their own machineries, so they infect any living organism for replicating themselves or for making copies of themselves, but utilizing machineries of the host. There are small organs which are also called as organelles. These cell organelles, they help in the working of the cell. The first is endoplasmic reticulum. So endoplasmic reticulum has a structures which can be seen in the form of tubules and cisterns. You are seeing there are small dot structures on the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, they don't have these dot structure. They are smooth and they are rough. And the location can also be well seen near the nuclear envelope, and they are towards the smooth endoplasmic reticulum or SER is towards the plasma membrane side. The endoplasmic reticulum or ER is a large network of membrane bound tubes and sheets. It looks like long tubules or vesicles. It's a channel for transport of material between various regions of the cytoplasm and the nucleus. The proteins and fat molecules produced by ER help in membrane biogenesis or the formation of membrane, which has two important constituent, the protein and the fat or lipids. The difference between RER and SER, it's very peculiar. The first difference that is visible, it's because of ribosomes. If the ribosomes are attached, it is RER. If it is not, then it is a SER. RER, they help in protein synthesis, and you can see them very near to the nucleus. They are the sites, SERs are the sites of fat molecule synthesis, and they help in the functioning of enzymes and hormonal activities. Its most important function is to detoxify many poisons and drugs from the cell. So it is a defense line system also. The second membranous structure is a Golgi apparatus, discovered and described by Camillo Golgi. It has membrane bound vesicle and cisterns. The material synthesized near the ER is packaged and dispatched to the various targets inside and outside the cell through Golgi apparatus. It includes the function, storage, modification, and packaging of cell product. Complex sugars are made from simple sugar in Golgi apparatus. It also is involved in the formation of lysosomes. So we can say that they are the dispatching organ of the cell, or postman of the cell. This is there. You can see the vesicles, secretory vesicles are formed from the cis and the trans phase. The cis phase is a concave shaped phase, and you can see this vesicles, they are coming out or pinching out from the Golgi apparatus. Another membrane bound structure is a lysosome. It contains enzymes, digestive enzymes, which are digested digest the worn out cell organelle. When the cell gets damaged, lysosome burst and the enzyme digests their own cell. Hence, they are called suicidal bags of the cell, or it's a waste disposal system of the cell. Here you can see the lysosome, small vesicles containing large number of digestive enzymes. They are the waste disposal system. The most important organelle now we have the mitochondria, which are called as the powerhouse of the cell because they release energy in the form of ATP, which is also called as a chemical form of energy, adenosine triphosphate. Specialty of mitochondria is a two membrane covering instead of one. The membrane is very porous while inner membrane is deeply folded. Mitochondria, they are strange organelles in the sense that they have their own DNA and ribosome, means they can make their own proteins. They don't depend on nucleus for their division. The inner membrane, you can see the folded inner membrane and the outer membrane. The inner matrix, and there is an intermembranous structure between this. So they are chemical sources or powerhouse of the cell. The number of mitochondria can vary in different cells, how they are function and what is their energy requirement. Now, one more important structure in relation to the mitochondria is a plastid, which is present only in plant cells, and they are also called as the kitchen of the cells because they produce, some of them they produce food by chlorophyll or the photosynthesis. So they are called as chromoplasts. Some of them they store material, so they are called as leucoplasts because there is no color involved in this and color is not needed. Then the plastids, they are also covered by a double membrane as it was in mitochondria. They have their own DNA and ribosome, so they don't depend on nucleus, so they can make their own proteins. Here you can see they are only in plant cell, not in animal. And the vacuoles, they are storage sac for solid or liquid content. They are small in size, while plants they have large. A single plant cell can occupy, cell vacuole can occupy 50 to 90% of the cell volume, and it helps in turgidity and rigidity. They store many amino acids and other important biomolecules. You can see the plant cell and the animal cell. The vacuole is very big in plant cell, but the vacuole they are very small and many in number in the animal cells. Thus, the cell is the fundamental structural unit of living organism, and it is the basis of basic functional unit of life. Thank you.